In today's video, we're talking all about the new rumor that's making the rounds about Fallout 76 possibly going free-to-play soon. Retail copies have been pulled from shelves and I want to give my input on it. Also, the Resident Evil 2 Remake reviews are coming out and guess what? They are looking very, very good. It's very hard to achieve a score of over a 90 on Metacritic, but that's exactly what Resident Evil 2 has managed. We'll take a look at that. And also, speaking of Resident Evil 2, some post-launch DLC and free updates have been announced for the game, so I'll take a look at that. Kingdom Hearts 3 is almost here and the preload is available now on the PlayStation 4. Yes, unless an absolute disaster happens, we will finally be able to play Kingdom Hearts 3 on January 29th. No more delays, no more waiting, and you can finally get the download on your PS4. Also, Metro Exodus is due out February 15th. A brand new trailer has been released for that game. Want to quickly take a look at that, and yet another free-to-play title has dropped on the PlayStation 4. We'll talk all about that at the end of this video. First up, this Fallout 76 rumor is going a little bit under the cracks, but it's pretty major. According to reports, EB Games has now pulled new copies of Fallout 76 from their shelves. Now, apparently this wasn't a call made by EB Games directly, rather it was a recall from the distributor. That would make you think that Bethesda is involved. Another interesting tidbit is that Tricentennial or the Power Armor editions are still available for the game. It's just the base game that is being pulled from stores. That is getting a lot of people to think that Fallout 76 might be going free to play soon. What other reason could this be? Why would you be pulling physical copies of the game unless you are planning this game to go free to play? Look, it's no secret that this game has been an absolute disaster. I know people that have actually gotten some enjoyment out of Fallout 76, but let's be real. Look at all of the videos that are being posted, all of the negative PR surrounding this game. This game has done so much damage to not only Fallout the brand, but Bethesda as a whole. It is very rare when one game release negatively impacts an entire studio like this. I'm sure it's happened in the past with like Star Wars Battlefront 2 and EA, but that's a bigger publisher and EA has just generally been seen in a more negative light. Bethesda for a long time was known as one of the top studios in the world. Bethesda went hand in hand with studios like Rockstar and Naughty Dog. They were of that elite caliber, and the release of Fallout 76 has completely dropped them off from that discussion. So when you actually assess it from that vantage point, this game has just been an absolute train wreck. And it extends far beyond that, of course, but now with the game going free to play, I always said that, hey, even though that this game is a train wreck, in 2019, I really put it past no game to make an incredible comeback. We've seen it with No Man's Sky, we saw it with Final Fantasy XIV, and hey, we saw it with The Elder Scrolls Online. Am I saying that Fallout 76 going free to play is suddenly going to rejuvenate this game and make it the best game in the world? Absolutely not. There is a lot of work to be done. Bethesda really needs to take a long, hard look in the mirror and figure out what's wrong with this title and if they can remedy it. But going free to play, I think, is a step in the right direction. I do think that you have to reward players that have been playing the game with something, because that's unfortunate for a lot of people that drop $59.99 on the game. And without a doubt, if at some point Fallout 76 does go free, you're gonna hear a lot of complaining from the people that drop $60, or even if they got it on sale for $30 or $40, because they dropped their money, and because it's such a quick turnaround of the game being released and it going free to play. This is one of the quicker ones I've seen if this does come to fruition. I'm sure that would upset some gamers, but for the longevity of the game and for the overall health of the game, I do think it is the right decision. So take all of that as speculation and rumor for now, but I do think it's a good possibility. Moving on from that, the Resident Evil 2 Remake reviews are coming out, and wow, they are looking very, very positive. Currently on Metacritic, it is sitting at a 91. Any game with over a 90 on Metacritic, it's very impressive. Just because any lesser review is gonna dramatically hurt that average, and to maintain a 91 average, that says a lot of good things. Want to go over a couple of the reviews real quick. Destructoid gave the game a 9 out of 10. DualShockers gave the game a 9 out of 10. Easy Allies gave the game a 9 out of 10. Game Informer gave it a 9.5. Game Mag gave it a 10 out of 10. GamePro gave it a 90 out of 100. GameSpot gave it a 9 out of 10. PC Gamer scored the title an 89, so that's one of the lower reviews, but overall, a lot of positive reviews are coming in for this game. The lowest review I see right now is an 8 out of 10, and when you can say the lowest review is an 8 out of 10, that is very, very impressive, and the majority of the reviews, again, are well over a 90. So very impressive reviews for the Resident Evil 2 Remake. That is great to see, and Capcom did RE2 a lot of justice. And speaking of Resident Evil 2, moving on from that, post-launch DLC and free updates have been announced for the game. For those of you getting the game, you can enjoy a free game mode called the Ghost Survivors and classic costumes for Resident Evil 2 as part of the post-launch content plans for the game. Specifically, Resident Evil 2 will get the classic costumes from the PS1 original for both Leon and Claire. It's also getting a brand new mode in the Ghost Survivors mode, a gameplay mode that will feature randomized elements, And we know that the playable characters for that game mode will be Kendo, a USS member, and Catherine. We don't have an exact idea on when this is going to drop, but it is going to be a part of the post-launch content plans for the game. Again, Resident Evil 2 doing very well from a review standpoint, but it'll be officially dropping for all of you guys to play on January 25th. Moving on from that, a few days after the release of the Resident Evil 2 remake comes Kingdom Hearts 3. So in the span of 4 days, you got these two absolute juggernauts being released, and the Kingdom Hearts 3 Preload is available right now on the PlayStation 4. Yes, I don't think there is any way, barring an absolute disaster, that this game isn't released. No more delays, no more waiting. Because the Preload is live right now, you can download it if you're picking it up digitally, and it'll be good to go midnight January 29th. And the download isn't even that big at only 37 gigabytes, comparatively speaking to a lot of other games, Fallout 76 being one of them, Red Dead Redemption 2, Black Ops 4, those games being well over 50 gigabytes, in some cases closing in on 100 gigabytes, 37 gigabytes is absolutely nothing. Preload is live right now, and Kingdom Hearts 3 will be officially released on January 29th. Moving on from that, another game that's building up anticipation as we head closer into its release is Metro Exodus. That'll be coming February 15th, originally scheduled for a February 22nd release, but development of that game was going so well that 4A Games and publisher Deep Silver said, hey, let's push the game up a week. It's not being released the same day as Anthem, and that's good for everybody involved. And Metro Exodus just got a new trailer dropped, the weapons trailer, showcasing a lot of the different weapons in the game. It's a pretty lengthy 4-minute trailer, and it's pretty in-depth with all of the different weapons in the game, showcasing handguns, shotguns, rifles, and other special weapons. The weaponry in Metro is going to be a big part of the game, so if you're excited for the title, give it a look for yourself. A lot to dig into there. They've also got some gameplay snippets of a lot of the different weapons being used. Now, I have to say that this game is shaping up very well, visually, technically, presentation-wise, and of course, we know since it's a Metro game, the storytelling is going to be on point as well for a single-player first-person shooter, and you really can get the sense that this game has a much more open level design compared to Metro 2033 and Last Light. While I wouldn't say it's a full-blown open world game, it's definitely a lot more open, and there looks to be a lot more pathways you can take versus Metro 2033 and Last Light, which were more linear experiences. Not that that linearity hurt those games, but hey, a more open level design is something I can definitely get behind. Again, Metro Exodus hits the PlayStation 4 on February 15th. And lastly, we've got yet another free-to-play title dropping today on the PlayStation 4, and that is Switchblade. As is said in the description, War is the new sport in Switchblade, an arena-based 5v5 vehicle action game that combines high-octane combat with an ever-shifting selection of strategic choices. It's also completely free, and it allows you to seamlessly switch between heavily armed vehicles at any time to create endless tactical choices. It looks to be a pretty interesting game. I think free was definitely the route to go with this game just because it's online-oriented. I don't know if this was a pay-to-play title, if the longevity would really be there. Even as a free-to-play title, I don't know if that longevity is going to be there. Games like Switchblade are why crossplay needs to be pertinent across all of gaming. I would love to see every game have crossplay just because it would help out with the longevity and lasting power of these smaller multiplayer titles, and it would just do everyone wonders. Switchblade is available right now, looks to be a pretty interesting vehicle combat game, 5v5. It's absolutely free to play, and the PlayStation 4 continues to amass a very strong roster of a variety of different free-to-play titles. We also had the release of Realm Royale today in open beta, Path of Exile is coming next month, Switchblade released today. A lot of free-to-play offerings are coming to the PlayStation 4, and that's great to see. More depth in the library is always going to be a good thing. And that's going to conclude this video. Again, what do you think about the possibility about Fallout 76 going free-to-play? Copies are being removed from EB Games, and that is pointing towards rumors of the game going free. Is that something that would entice you to play Fallout 76, or do you think too much damage has been done? I personally think that any game is recoverable. I saw the status of No Man's Sky. I saw what was going on with Final Fantasy XIV. I saw eCell. Fallout 76 has a lot of work to be done, but I do think it's recoverable if the right decisions are made. Resident Evil 2 reviews are coming out, and it is doing incredibly well, currently sitting at a 91 on Metacritic. Congrats to Capcom for that. And speaking of RE2, it's gonna get a bunch of free updates, a new mode in the Ghost Survivor, so that's pretty exciting. The Kingdom Hearts 3 Preload is available right now. Metro Exodus has a brand new trailer in the weapons trailer, and Switchblade, a brand new free-to-play vehicular combat title, is out right now on the PlayStation 4. That's gonna conclude this video. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.